So this is my post-transfer video. I just got done around 30 minutes ago. I definitely cried. I'm still like mind blown. I'm like, oh my god, like this is happening. And my doctor was funny. He was very sweet and just made me like completely relaxed because, as you guys know, it's very nerve-wracking and kind of like, oh my god, like this is it. And I also got really good news with my final numbers, because I think I told you guys originally they retrieved 15, but I was also like a little woo-woo from all the anesthesia, so they actually retrieved 22, 12 fertilized normally, and 10 dropped off. So a little bit different than I initially thought. I thought they retrieved less. So out of the 7 that I thought I had, I guess a couple more matured after the 2-day wait. So that's good. And then I think they said I'll find out either today or tomorrow or something, the amount that they're going to freeze. So it looks like I'm working with I guess 11. Yeah, 11 now because I transferred 1 today. So hopefully I can freeze all those 11 for future reference, because ideally, I don't think I've talked to you guys about this before, but I really want to have 2 children. So we'll have like a Brady Bunch, because I have my 4 stepkids now, but hopefully we have one in here now. So he or she is hopefully in the making here, and it's all about suggestive thinking and positive thinking, so that's what I'm doing. I am back at the hotel room, which I'm sure you can kind of tell by the lovely background. And hubby went downstairs to work out and just kind of let me unwind and just absorb everything, because I'm just literally, it just doesn't feel, it doesn't feel the way it did this morning, if that makes sense. I just feel like a whole new person, and I feel like it's really kicked in now for me. It's really like, you just had an embryo placed. Like, this is like, bam, you know? Like, as the kids go, mind blown. But I am feeling pretty good. Didn't have any, like, issues at all. I take that back, sorry. This might be TMI, but we're all women, so who cares? I apparently have, like, a high cervix, so they had a hard time getting the placement right, but that only took, like, a couple minutes to fix it. And just, it was, like, a positioning thing. So there's a lot of pressure for a second there with those old school crank speculums that they have, but other than that, it was just like a positioning issue. But as soon as I looked up on the sonogram on the monitor, like tears sort of rolled down my face. I'm like, wait a minute, I can't move, because it took them like an extra couple minutes to get me positioned, so I can't move and I can't like cry, like actively cry, because I'm gonna like spasm or something weird's gonna happen. So I tried my best not to move, and it turned out to be fine. And they literally took like 2 seconds to like do the actual implantation. So now it's just the famous 2-week wait. And I'm glad my husband's not in here, because I've been doing such a good job of not telling him about this 2-week wait thing, because I don't want him to like stalk the days and like know day by day like what's going on as far as like the process of everything. I've been doing so good with it, so I really hope I didn't spoil it. And the nurses were laughing so hard, because they're like, wow, you really don't want him to know. Because to me, it's like, this is such a monumental moment that I really just want to be able to surprise him and like, you know, tell, fingers crossed and praying to God above that everything goes right. So I really just want it to be special for him, and he's been such a great support to me this whole entire time with everything, that I want it to be like a big special moment for him, and I didn't want the nurses to like say anything about my testing date for like the blood test. So really gonna try my best. Don't mark my words, I'm not gonna sit here and promise you, but I'm gonna try my best to do the actual wait time and not jump the gun, because I don't want to psych myself out, and I don't want to have anything that like is gonna be upsetting. So I'm really gonna try my best to do the actual procedure of waiting 2 weeks to find out. So today is the 4th, and I go in for my labs on the 16th, I think. Hold on. Sorry, I have to like look at my notes here. My handy dandy notes. Yeah, so I'll call them on the 16th. So it's getting real, guys. It's been real, but like now it's like real. So just send me all the positive vibes, and I will be sending them right back at you. And now I'm gonna kind of lay low. I mean, I'm gonna be up, because it says not to like be sedentary too long, but I'm just kind of working like my journal and all that. I did start a IVF journal like in the very beginning of everything, when I started my injections. I don't think I ever told you guys about that, but I started a journal, just kind of writing down like how I felt for the day, what changes I had, what whatever was going on with me with this whole journey. So I do recommend, I will say this, I do recommend getting a like journal of some sort, just to kind of write down like everything that you're going through, because yeah, you remember it now, and like it's obviously like a huge deal for us, but one day it's gonna be nice to kind of go back and say, wow, like on this day, this is what I was going through. So hopefully in a year, when it's August 4th again, I'm like, wow, like this is the day that you were conceived, and I can, sit there and tell my kids that or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely have to say this has been such a blessing. I mean, really, it's been such a blessing, because I know there's a lot of women out there that are not able to do things like this. So, we are really blessed. And if you're watching this video, I assume you're either getting ready to do it, or you're kind of thinking about it or whatever. So I wish you the absolute best of luck with everything, and I'm definitely not going anywhere. So I'll be continuing to update everybody, and feel free to throw questions at me. Questions or comments, or like, hey, I need help finding this or whatever, especially with medications. There's a lot of medication questions that I feel like a lot of people don't ask, because they feel like they're being judged, or like people are going to think they're dumb for not knowing the answer. It's a lot to know. So if you have any questions like with medications or anything like that, like I can certainly tell you my standpoint on how they made me feel, if they are the same ones. That doesn't mean I know every medication in the book, but I know the ones that they put me on. Or if you just have questions in general, like I'm obviously very open with my whole journey with this IVF, so feel free to throw them back at me and talk to me. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to update you guys, and hopefully I have the little M baby sticking, and we'll be able to follow up with everything. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of chill out for a little bit, let husband finish with his workout. Now, the other thing I kind of wanted to bring up to you real quick is there's been like kind of a lot of back and forth with certain things you're not supposed to do after transfer. And the list that they gave me, I think it's everybody's kind of preference or whatever, but the list they gave me is kind of stuff that I would expect, like light activities for the next 2 to 3 days, which doesn't mean don't walk or stroll a mall or go to the park or whatever. They just don't want you to do like weightlifting. Like, that's why I'm not downstairs in the gym right now with him, because obviously I'm not going to jeopardize anything. So being sedentary is not what they want you to do. They kind of want you to relax and not like go crazy with anything, but don't sleep all day either. It's basically what they kind of tell you to do. Like, sitting upright is the best position to be in. So if you're sitting upright in bed watching a movie, fine. They do suggest refraining from laying flat. I guess it's a positional thing or whatever. And they also mentioned to me about making sure you continue medications as prescribed, depending on your situation, of course. That's just my my guideline says just continue as normal. Now, every woman is different during their cycle, so obviously if they are telling you to do otherwise, then do otherwise. Do whatever they tell you. Some women, which I am personally, just my personal opinion, have refrained from since I started my birth control, like the very, very, very beginning of everything, I stopped drinking. That's just my preference. Some people have the motto, drink until it's pink. To each their own on that. It's not my thing, but if you feel differently, then obviously that's your prerogative. Same with caffeine. I stopped caffeine and alcohol just because I wanted to make sure that I was treating my body even before transfer, before retrieval, any of that, as if I were already conceiving, because I want it to be the top of the line, creme de la creme kind of thing. But there really is only like 3 things that they didn't want me doing today or the next couple days, which is working out, lifting over 25 pounds, and no intercourse or orgasms. I think I'll be okay with that department because I just need to keep this little area serene and sacred right now. So anyways, that's kind of just the rundown of where I am with everything, and I will update you guys when I know more. All right, hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful Sunday, and baby dust to you. See ya.